Hi, you guys. I hope everyone is doing well. I just got back from my doctor's appointment today and I was just so happy, excited. I don't even know why I was in such a great mood. But when I went in her office, she had this sign up that says, "Be the best version of yourself." And I took a picture of it and I'll show you guys right here. And it just made me think that'll be my video for today. How we can learn to be the best version of ourselves. Because while I was out and about today, I was extremely happy, and I was, of course, I'm always nice to people, but I had this one lady stop me, and she was talking to me, and she was like, "You just have really a wonderful spirit about yourself," and because I had held the door open for her. She was probably my age or maybe younger, I don't know, but she had a cane. And so I saw her trying to come out of the door with the buggy, and I said, "You coming out?" And she's like, "Yeah." I said, "I'll hold the door for you." She said, "Oh, you are so sweet. You have such a beautiful energy about yourself." I was like, "Oh, thank you." She said, "I kept watching you through the store and I love your hair." I said, "It's a Soul Lady wig." And she was like, "Oh, I'm going to look them up because I just love that. I was going to ask you, how do you do it?" I said, "You just put it on your head and go." And that just tickled her so bad. And so then I went on to my doctor's appointment, and the girl, she was like, "Oh, you look real springy." I got on some flowered pants and a pink top, and she just thought I looked so springy today. And she was like, "You just seem so peppy. What's going on?" I said, "I don't know. I just feel really good." Because normally when I go there, I'm like, "Oh, this hurts and that hurts, and I need to be checked up for such and such. And so even my doctor, she saw me before she came into the office. She was like, "Hi there." I said, "Hi." So when she came in the office, I was just so excited and telling her about everything I had done. I said, "I've been doing this trampoline rebounding." She was like, "Oh, awesome." I said, "I painted a room in my house. I've done little home makeovers in the house, and I just feel really good. I finally got up off my butt. And she was like, "That is really awesome." She said, "I've never seen you so, what did she say? So upbeat. I said, "Yeah, I feel good." She said, "Well, I'm happy to hear that. Let me take your blood pressure." So she upped the blood pressure medicine on me. I said, "See, I shouldn't have been talking to you. I got too excited." But anyway, so let's go ahead and talk about this being a better version of ourselves. The thing about it, being a better version of yourself, you can't keep doing the same thing that you've always been doing and think you're going to get some type of different result from that. You can't keep pouring into people who really drain the life out of you. And I've done that. I had a friend, and every time I talked to them, they had a problem. And that was really starting to weigh on me to the point where I didn't want to talk to them anymore. And so did I block them? No, I didn't block them, but I won't answer the calls. I just don't want to deal with that anymore. It's never anything positive. Everything is doom and gloom, and I can't be around people like that because it affects my mood, it affects my spirit, and I can't do that anymore. So I have to make a point of putting myself first. I can't keep putting myself last and letting people run all over me. And that's just part of me, that's part of me being the best version of myself. And that's to look out for myself because nobody else is. There's nobody else who's looking out for me, really. When you think about it, who's looking out for you? My mom's not here anymore. She used to look out for me. But nobody's really looking out for me anymore. So I really, really have to look out for myself. When you're going through this, growth begins when you get honest with yourself, which is what I've been doing, where I'm honestly thinking about what is going on in my life and why am I so happy? I don't know. But You have to be honest with yourself and think about, where are you? Not where you pretend to be in life, but where are you in life? You can't look at where you used to be. You got to look at where you are right now in this predicament, in this situation. And right now I'm in a very good situation. I've got every bill in my home I now have on auto pay. Mortgage, lot, insurance, uh, everything, phone, everything is on auto pay. So that's one thing I don't have to worry about. And I know that I have enough money every month to cover that. And so that was part of something that was holding me back, was the bills, my bills. I had got myself in such a situation where I couldn't cover all my bills for the month. It's like I was taking a check and pushing it up into another check. And finally, I got it all spaced out where everything gets paid the way it's supposed to get paid on time. And I have auto pay set up for everything. And that just took a big load off of me. I did tell my doctor about that. I told her I got everything set up on auto pay. I have enough money every month to pay all my bills. So that was a big load off of me. And so sometimes you're not your best self just because you're worrying about things like bills. And so when you take that away, that's when you can start working on being the best version of yourself. Because a lot of times you're carrying things that you shouldn't be carrying. You're carrying things that you should have let go of a long time ago. Old habits, old mindsets, old relationships. You can't carry everybody along with you when you're doing this revamping of yourself or reinventing yourself. Because a lot of times the past does not fit your present, and you have to let go of it. And it's so hard to let go of old habits sometimes. But we have to do it because it just makes our life so much better. You have to let go. Not because friendships and things didn't matter, but because you matter more. Simple as that. And of course, the best version of yourself is not built overnight. It's going to take time. It's built in those quiet moments when you're thinking about things and you choose discipline over excuse. And I can say that because now, instead of just sitting all day, I have my trampoline. And I made a decision. Every time I'm bored or every time I feel like I have nothing to do, I have to get on the trampoline. And that's been working very well for me. And of course, the one thing you have to choose is peace over drama. If you got somebody in your life that's just draining you, bringing you drama, pulling you down, you got to let go of them. You have to let go of them in order to have the growth and comfort that you deserve. It's all about how do you speak to yourself? Do you tell yourself nice things? I've been telling myself nice things, how I like the way my face feels, is soft. And learning how to take care of my body and my health. I'm working on that every day. And just spending time in a space where I really think about what it is I want, what it is I'm doing, and little choices every day, really shape your life. It changes your life, actually. Just little decisions. Like I say, with the trampoline, whenever I think I'm bored or don't have anything to do, I do the trampoline. Or I clean something. I have washed all of the curtains in my house, and I've been doing a lot of dusting. So everything comes down to changing the way you look at things. And it seems like now that my house is becoming more what do you call it? Pleasing to my eyes. I am so happy. I was telling my son the other day when we came in, and I walked in, I said, it's a wonderful feeling when you come home and go, oh my God, I'm so glad I'm here. And you mean it. Come on, let's go inside. Good girl. Good girl. You don't need to prove yourself to anybody. That's one thing I know. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone but yourself. If you make a decision, you have to keep your word to you. Your decision made to you, not to anyone else. What you decide to do, you keep that decision to yourself, and you prove something to yourself, not to anybody else. You shouldn't be worried about trying to validate yourself to anyone else. Protect your energy like your life depends on it, because it does. If you're not protecting your energy and you're trying to build this great new version of yourself, and you let something come in that's just gonna zap the energy out of you, having someone around who disrupts your peace, who disrupts your ability to enjoy your life, shortens your life. It causes high blood pressure. It causes heart problems and all type of things, mental fog, because you can't think clear when you have someone around you that's just negative, and everything is a problem, because you want the best version of yourself to be a calm person, a focused person, and someone who does things intentionally. We don't want to just haphazardly go around doing things. We want to know a purpose and a reason for what we're doing and why we're doing it. You don't want to react to somebody. You don't want to get yourself drained out and just distracted because of these other people. Here's something you should definitely be sure to do, is be patient with yourself. We're a work in progress, and growth takes time. There will be some days where you feel strong and ready to take on the world. And then there are some days where you feel like you're just starting over, And that's okay. That's okay. All this is a learning process, so you're not failing at anything. You're learning along the way. It takes a lot to reinvent yourself. I'm reinventing myself. It takes a lot to reinvent yourself, and that's what I'm going to be doing, is reinventing myself. Something I've never done before. You're going to have to make a decision. Who do you want to become? Not someone the world expects, not someone your family expects, not what people have labeled you as, but you want to become the person that you choose to be. If you want to be a confident person, that's who you choose to be. If you want to be a peaceful person, that's who you choose to be. If you want to be disciplined, that's who you choose to be. If you want to be happy, that's who you choose to be. And that version of yourself, it already exists. You just have to start acting like it exists. You are happy, you just don't know it. You are confident, you just don't know it. So you have to start acting like the version of yourself that you want to be. Another version of myself I want to be is someone who dresses different. I don't like my dress style anymore. I really don't. And I want to change my dress style. I want to change my hairstyle, but I'm not ready to cut my hair yet. So I'll be wearing wigs and hair pieces. I just don't want to cut my hair yet. And remember, the best version of you is not something that you find. You create it. You create the best version of yourself. One decision at a time, one day at a time, and one habit at a time. You start this today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next year. When you make a decision to do something, you start it on that day you make that decision. And that just really helps along, because no one day is a perfect day to start anything. Every day is a perfect day to start something. If you want to change how you are and create a better version of yourself, Today is the day. You like it out here? You like it outside? I should give you a good brushing while you're out here, huh? Yeah. You like this? Good girl, baby. Good girl. You want to go inside? Okay. If this message spoke to you, share it. Share this video with someone. Leave me a like. Hype it if you can. If you haven't been here before, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And to all my new subscribers, I want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Really, really, I do. You guys just go out there and create the best version of yourself that you can. If we all decided to be a better version of ourselves, this world would be a much better place. All right, you guys take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.